Hello and welcome to LIBR 222 Reference Resources. I'm Dorothy Ryan and I'll be your instructor this semester. I'd like to share a little bit about myself. I have a Master of Arts degree in Information Resources and Library Science from the University of Arizona in Tucson. I've worked in many different kinds of libraries in many different roles. I started out as a page in technical services at my local public library. Then I moved on to a high school library where I was a library clerk. My next job after that was at a Superior Court law library as a library assistant. My first position after my degree was at a technical college. I was a solo librarian, so I was the only librarian in that library. After that, I went to a small public university and I was an instructional services librarian for some years there. And then I was a library director at a liberal arts college. I also have a bachelor's and master's degree in music and worked for several years as a paid professional opera singer. At one point, I decided I liked a regular paycheck and health insurance, so I went back to get my library master's degree. If you need to contact me during the semester, you can use the email in Blackboard. I'll be checking it more or less daily. Or you can use my school email, which you see on the slide there. We can also schedule a video call or instant message through Skype. If you have a general question whose answer might be of interest to your fellow classmates, you can use the first discussion board in Blackboard. Your textbook for this course is called Reference and Information Services, 3rd edition by Cassell and Hiremath. You will be reading the textbook. In this course, the textbook offers you foundational information, which you will then apply to real-life activities and scenarios. The methods of instruction for this class include readings from your textbook and some additional readings, discussion boards, questions related to readings from the textbooks, written assignments, library site visits. You will need to visit a library during the semester to use their reference section, and reference resource sets. If you've looked at your textbook, you'll notice that Part 2 has chapters dedicated to the different types of reference resources: encyclopedias, dictionaries, biographical dictionaries, etc. The reference sets require you to use these resources to answer questions using each type of resource. The reference sets are due throughout the semester. I'll put together another video to go into a little bit more detail about what you can expect for the reference resource sets. There is no final paper for this course, by the way. There is something due every week. Assignments are due by midnight on the posted due date. Due dates are listed on the instructor syllabus and in Blackboard under the Due Date tab. Please read your syllabus carefully and keep it handy. It has a lot of important information. And, of course, please turn your work in on time. As mentioned in the syllabus, all written submissions must be in doc or docx format. No PDFs, please, and must have this assignment header on it. Failure to include the assignment header will result in an automatic letter grade deduction. If you have an emergency that will prevent you from submitting an assignment on time, please let me know as soon as possible. I will take late work, but you need to let me know what's going on so that we can discuss possible solutions to whatever the issue is. All late work will receive a point deduction regardless of the circumstances, but some points is better than no points. If you don't submit your work, of course, you'll receive a 0 on that assignment. And consecutive zeros in the gradebook make it very difficult to impossible for you to pass a course. There are a lot of things that are encompassed in the phrase academic dishonesty, most of which I'm sure you already know. Things like submitting someone else's work as your own, submitting your own work that was done in a previous class, but pretending that you did it new for the class that you're in. That is considered academically dishonest. And of course, all forms of plagiarism. If you are not sure what constitutes plagiarism in an academic setting, I will provide some resources for you to work that out on your own. We can also have a discussion in the general discussion forum on Blackboard if we want to have a class-wide discussion on what plagiarism is. You can email me. There are a lot of different avenues if you're unsure about this. Be sure that you're not plagiarizing when you do your written assignments. You will get a 0 for an assignment if there's plagiarism in it, and there is a possibility for administrative action to be taken. You can read the blurb in the syllabus about that, and again, if you have concerns about that, please come to me and we can discuss it. Your very first assignment is to introduce yourself to the class by posting in the first discussion forum. Please do this by midnight on Tuesday, as this is how I will count you present for the course. For those of you waiting on a financial aid disbursement, it's imperative that you be counted present as quickly as possible. Please respond to your classmates by Thursday and say hello. With that, I'll say welcome and have a fantastic semester.